We're coming to you live from the Investor Tribe studio. Today's episode is brought to you by Kentucky Private Lending, KentuckyPL.com. Reach out to them today to start your investment journey.
I'm Milton Ali.
I'm Coyiatheowner.
And I'm Hampton Scurlock. We're here to help you skip the guesswork and steer you towards financial freedom.
You can go to imbtribe.com right now and to learn about what's going on, not only in Louisville, but what's going on in our entire nation as far as real estate is concerned.
Yes, definitely.
So we want to encourage everyone to go to imbtribe.com, and you can go to our blog section. We have we have a blog actually called A Tribe Called Investors. So like A Tribe Called Quest, Tribe Called.
I get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know Hampton didn't get that.
Check the rhyme.
But
y'all.
you can see that. Oh, all right.
I left my wallet in El Segundo.
Yeah. See, there you go. Okay. All right. Cool. So you can go to imbtribe.com. You can also find us on Instagram, on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. And you can directly contribute. Let's comment, let's subscribe, let's run up this hype here, and let's join the tribe at imbtribe.com today. And
they should also join us for our lunch network events. We had a really great turnout yesterday, and everybody should join.
Yeah, if you're in the Louisville area, we meet the first and third Wednesdays for lunch at Dorio's Pizza on River Road and Prospect. And then usually on the second Tuesday of the month, we've got our meet up at Roosters.
Yeah.
So
that's in Middletown. And so it's so encouraging. So we not only are online, right, but we are in person. So we're coming to a city near you really soon. We know that people watch us from all over. Why? Because we can look at imbtribe.com and we look at where our members are from. So we do have members that are, that are in E-Town, but they're also in Texas. We have members that are in California. So if you would like to start a chapter, hit us up, and you can hit me up, or you can hit the team up at admin@yourinvestortribe.com. That's admin@yourinvestortribe.com. And you can start a chapter like we have here in Louisville. And so, guys, what's been up with y'all?
A little bit of everything. What about you, Koya?
Yes, a little bit of everything. Doing a couple of renovations, still doing them. I think we're going to be nearing the finish line on a basement studio unit that I have, though. So I'm very excited about that.
See, that's pretty cool. Cool. And so what's interesting is that I'm working with a lot of investors and a lot of buyers and sellers. And so I had a buyer reach out to me yesterday and was like, hey, I know you've been working for me for like 4 years, but I'm finally ready. And this is my credit score. This is the address of the home I want to buy. And this is my down payment money. I'm ready to go. You need to hurry up.
Right.
I'm like, wow, I've been talking to you for the last 4 years, but you're like, you need to hurry up like right now.
Hey, when you're ready, you're ready.
Yeah, it's almost like hurry up and wait.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And so it's really interesting as I work with my own clientele, I love helping buyers and I love helping, because being a real estate agent, it's the long game.
Right.
With an investor, it's like the long game as well. Like you're waiting for opportunities. Like I did a flip a few years back and it took me 3 years to get the guy to sell the house to me.
Oh, wow.
I was door knocking in a neighborhood. And I sat with the guy for about a half hour to 45 minutes and we're just talking. I didn't even see the interior of the house until 2.5, 3 years later.
Yeah, wow. Sometimes that's what it takes. So
and so, yes, I should have charged more money because it takes me a lot more time. Because when you're investing, it is literally all about timing. It's about spending time on task, time in relationship. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
It's like time in relationship over time allows you to be able to build in that margin in a relationship because you're constantly able to navigate the market and build the relationship. And I know that's what you do a lot when you're buying properties because you're in it for the long haul. I'm sure you work years with people.
Sometimes, yes, years. And I think there was a time we talked with a gentleman, built a pretty good relationship. And I think it was 7 years later. I followed up occasionally. But he remembered the conversations we had, and I tend to look around the house, and it'd be a little different than other investors. And this is free game for all you guys out there. That a lot of investors will walk through a house, they'll have a pen and pad, be like, well, this sucks. That's horrible. Got to fix that. That's going to cost me money. And they're not thinking about the emotions that the seller's going through, or they're belittling the seller's prized possession, the home they grew up in, the home they lived in, the home they raised their kids in. And I understand why some sellers and homeowners are a little skeptical, or they talk to an investor or two, and they don't want to hear from another one. And I say, hey, I promise it'll be different. Just give me a chance, and we'll go in and talk. I'll try to listen more than I talk. So God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so use them in proportion. And I'll look at what's on the walls, what's important to them, where they graduate, what sports teams do they like, and sometimes talk more about them and their favorite things and their kids or grandkids than we do about the house.
There you go.
And try to bring out the good. So if I ever say anything bad about the house, I gotta say 2 good things. I tell myself that. So if I ever say, ooh,
so it's a dump, but the area is amazing.
There's tons of potential. I see what you're trying to do with that. But
that 8-point buck that's on the wall, it's breathing though.
Yep, there you go.
You put the taxidermy on layaway. He's got 3 more payments, and he'll be dead if he is. But just trying to talk with them through the process and make it feel comfortable, and with their home. There's a lot of emotion sometimes involved. So, but we bought houses years after we looked at the property before, and just because they remembered us, we weren't always the quote unquote best price, or but we try to listen to them, try to solve their problems. So if we can help them move, maybe they have back problems and they can't, maybe they need a dumpster, stuff they want to throw out.
Figuring it out, solving the problems.
Right. So we want to welcome Selena Hudson to the podcast today. And she's the councilwoman of Vine Grove. And she's the business development officer at South Central Bank. And she also runs a nonprofit of Get Your Money Right. Yeah. Get your money right. Okay. So so she's, so that's, if that's a nonprofit, get your money right. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that because I tell that to folks all the time. You want to buy this house, get your money right. Koya tells that all the time to people. She's like, get your credit and get your money right. So I totally love that. Welcome to the podcast, Selena.
Thank you so much for having me, and I am so honored to be here with this room full of knowledge. I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're happy to have you.
We've got so much going on. What do we want to talk about first? The nonprofit. You're a 3-time, I believe, city council member. Now you're running for mayor to step up to serve.
See, I got an idea. So when you ask Queens questions, we got to start off in the beginning before the crown.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So where did you come from? How did you get started in the business? Because you've been in real estate for a long time.
A long time. I was an engineer, and I was laid off from my job. Software engineer. Okay. And I was laid off from my job in Minnesota. And someone called me from Louisville and said, would you like to try the mortgage business? And I was laid off at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. What else am I doing? And I got in business. They said they were starting a new program for minorities where you could work for a year in the mortgage business with a salary and learn the business. And then you're 100% commission after that. I ended up working that salary for about 3 months, 3 to 6 months. I was ready for the commission portion of it, and it just took off. And I never looked back at engineering. I've been in the mortgage business ever since. Currently not doing loans, but bringing in mortgage business, commercial and residential.
That is awesome. Wow. And so we're going to get back to your story, but what we're going to do now is we are going to spin the wheel.
All right. Selena will have our special guest. I don't know if you can give it a spin. Okay, sure. And hopefully Drew, we're in focus. All right. A dainty spin. What do we have there? No bourbon.
Socials shout out.
Socials
shout out. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us on places. I do spend time on LinkedIn as a real estate agent. Just, Bespoke Marketing, they kind of run our socials in that way. And so shout out to Bespoke Marketing for getting us on all these cool socials. You know what? TikTok, I don't, because TikTok, here's the thing about TikTok. I don't know if do you spend time on TikTok at all?
My daughter shows me stuff, so sometimes
Okay,
I go on
gotcha.
there a
So,
little bit.
So
I'm familiar with TikTok.
okay,
So.
yes, I know. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Selena?
A little bit.
Okay,
I just got on there this
so
year.
TikTok is one of those where if you scroll, the next time you look up is half hour gone by.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm like, I'm not on that because I can't just be like, okay, 1, 2, 16 videos later,
Right.
or there's a deep dive where someone is actually trying to solve a crime. It's just like, oh snap. I didn't realize, okay, this is part 18 of whatever, kidnapping happened. I mean, so people do a lot of cool things just to take your time away. However, if it's the Investor Tribe TikTok, spend all the time you want.
Right. There you
You
go.
go back and view previous podcasts.
Yes.
Reels. Get online, go to the website. You can get forms.
Right.
Now we've got different documents that'll help you with your real estate business.
Nice.
So we get some disclaimers on there. Consult a professional, have it reviewed. These are templates only. Use at your own peril. Buyer beware. All that, but they at least give you a good idea where to start. We're here to help. So you can find those at invtribe.com.
I love it. So Selena,
Yes.
so you had started. So you're originally not even from Kentucky.
I am from Kentucky. My family lives here.
Okay.
I took a job in Minnesota. And so
Okay,
I
gotcha.
was moving home.
Got you. Okay, awesome. And so you moved back
Mhm.
to your city, and you start helping people.
Yes.
And so how was that a journey?
Oh, man, it took off. My mom is from Louisville, right?
Mhm.
So I came down here and I was literally on the street by Churchill Downs asking everyone that walked by, could I pull their credit? I wanted everyone to be able to buy a
That
house.
is bold.
There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
and some of them allowed me to pull their credit, and some people were surprised that they qualified to purchase a home, and they just didn't know it. So I felt like that's my mission. That's my mission in life, is to help people become homeowners, because that's the American dream. And so that's something that I've been working at for years. Helping people get their money right. You can't get your money right till you get your credit right. You can't get your credit right till you get your mind right. So we start with all of that, and we're
I
There you go.
love that. I
There you
love
go.
that. And so it's really interesting. And so what made you transition from your career helping people get their
Mhm.
money right and doing in loan officer? Because I'm thinking one serves the other, and you saw the needs. What made you serve in a public capacity?
Well, I started with a position that I took, a volunteer position with the
Okay.
Radcliffe Small Business Alliance. And we had about 120 small businesses as members of this organization. And as the president of the organization, I was able to unite the people. I should say we, it wasn't me by myself. We were able to unite the people together as an alliance and to support small businesses. And what I realized is that I could help them even more if I had a seat at the table with city council, where the decisions are made, where the ordinances and the laws are created and voted on. The budget is voted on. Property taxes are voted on. I felt like a seat at the table would be a better way to help small businesses. So I've been an advocate for small businesses since I've been on council.
Okay.
I was the only council member in my city that voted against an additional tax that we approved for businesses. But I'm still fighting. I still fight the good fight. I still go over and talk to the businesses and support the businesses in our city. And that was the reason, the original reason. And once I started in the seat of city council, I realized that this entire community benefits by having someone that's for them in those seats. We can't vote on what's best for our household. I come from a military family. My dad served, my husband, my 2 sons served. So service is in me. It was in me, and it was bound to come out in this public official capacity.
Oh wow. Well, that's amazing. So with you being a councilwoman and also a mayoral candidate as well, Is there any new projects in the Vine Grove area that would be good for buy and hold investors and homeowners?
Yes. Now, Vine Grove has grown 50% over the last 10 years. We were the fastest growing city in the state of Kentucky, and then Elizabethtown.
Quick question. Are there any new developments or project city plans that would make Vine Grove a great buy and hold area?
Yes. We have 3 new subdivisions going right now. Vine Grove is a small bedroom community, but we went from 3,500 people to 7,000 people over the last 10 years. People are, I always tell people, everyone wants to live in Vine Grove. and it feels that way because we get calls all the time from real estate investors and developers wanting to come in and build subdivisions. We have townhomes, apartment homes. There's something new developing in Vine Grove all the time. Right now, they're currently, one of our subdivisions is being built on the golf course.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, it's a great area to come in, invest. We have Airbnbs in our area. You'd be surprised how many Airbnbs we have in our small city.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Wow.
But people love to come to Vine Grove. It's just a great place to be.
And so, Selena, just to kind of, because we have people that watch us from all over.
Okay.
And so can you kind of give us a snapshot of Vine Grove, where it is in relation to, say, Louisville,
Yes.
and just some of the businesses that occupy, maybe some major chains and maybe some small business that occupy Vine Grove?
Okay, Vine Grove is about 45 minutes south of Louisville. It's right outside the Fort Knox Gate, right next to Radcliffe and Elizabethtown. We're about 11 miles from Elizabethtown. We have our major chains are Dollar General and Family Dollar. We really don't, have it's not like Louisville, but I think that's what makes Vine Grove special because people live there, but they may work on Fort Knox. They may work in Louisville or Elizabethtown, but it's quiet. It's a safe space. We're known for our parks and our festivals. So we have a bluegrass festival that brings in thousands of people every year in September.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and so we're very proud of it. It's been going almost 30 years now, and it's grown every year because of that. And then we have our Veterans Day parade and ceremony. So we're known for those type of things. We have First Fridays during the summer. And what I would like to do, if the citizens elect me as mayor, I would like to move a lot of our festivals downtown Vine Grove. I think the businesses downtown would thrive and benefit from having more of our festivals down there with them. Like it used to be. We used to have a lot of festivals downtown. So, but we have what we need are more sit-down restaurants. Mm-hmm. We have a couple of nice restaurants. We have Tiffany's Cafe that's at the Lincoln Trail Golf Course, and then we also have the Diner. And that's our local diner that everyone goes to eat at least once a month. And we have a couple of pizza places, but we don't have a sit down restaurant downtown. So that's something that we're hoping to get soon.
Okay. And being that you are a leader in the community, is there any specific projects that you can tell us about that's coming now in the Vine Grove area, outside of standard developments? Is there anything outside of that?
Well, we have a new event venue downtown called the Venue on the Main, and we've never had. I shouldn't say never. We haven't had an event venue downtown in a long time. This venue holds 250 people. There's wedding. They have weddings there, birthday parties, baby showers. I mean, it's just been a really great asset to the city of Vine Grove. It's bringing people in from all over. They're going to have a concert there. Actually, this month on the 21st, there's going to be a 60s, 70s, and 80s concert there.
Oh, wow.
So that's huge for our city, for Vine Grove.
Something for everybody.
Something for everyone, yes.
Yeah.
So, and so that project brought in new development to our downtown area. So we have a firearms store, a tattoo parlor, just many different stores in our downtown. So downtown is booming. It's thriving in Vine Grove.
That's awesome. And so for experienced investors looking to level up for commercial deals and invest in your city, what are 3 things that they need to get in order to get the best rates and get the best opportunity? What opportunities are ahead of?
well, they want to get pre-approved. Is that where you're going with this?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
They need to get pre-approved, and I work with South Central Bank, so
Let's
you
go.
know, we can help you with that.
So I wanted to lead up into that, right?
And so get pre-approved, get your money right, and then come on in. We have get a permit, and we have several properties for sale right now. And one good thing about Vine Grove is our businesses, we don't ask a lot from our business owners. Right now we have a fee of $75 a year. I think we just increased it to maybe $100 or $200 a year. That's amazing. And so it's very easy to do business with Vine Grove. You go to City Hall, get a permit, and open your business. And for the most part, the citizens support local business. We're a very close-knit community, so we try to support each other and help each other in that way. As far as our investors, our real estate investors, they thrive in our area as well. That's why the builders build in Vine Grove, because they said we make it easy. And we just don't put a lot of demands on our building.
Did you see the podcast we had with Mayor Cerisi?
I did.
And he's a friend of ours. And one thing I enjoy about these communities that surround Louisville is they do seem to be much more business friendly. You mentioned Airbnbs that are going on at Vine Grove. I know Mayor Cerisi in West Point is encouraging businesses to grow. They wrote an ordinance to allow more Airbnbs. So that he said he welcomes Airbnbs there.
Absolutely.
Versus Louisville, where they're stopping them, taxing them. I say outlawed, but they're not allowing anybody to apply to have any new Airbnb. So they're not stopping them. You just can't get them. It's different, political language.
I do understand both sides of it. Being in politics or being in the political world, I spend a lot of time in Frankfurt hearing about legislation that is coming forward. I advocate for legislation that makes it easier, removes the red tape for businesses and investors. So I do understand Louisville has a lot of hotels, and I can understand the hotels may be complaining about the Airbnbs, but we don't have any hotels in Vine Grove. So we welcome Airbnbs, and actually it helps our economy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I recently sold a home in E-Town, Elizabethtown. And what was interesting is my perceptions of the Vine Grove area and Radcliffe and the area along the Dixie Highway corridor and the realities that are on the ground. I have seen a almost like 50 to 70% increase in prices over the last 7 to 8 years. And so what do you attribute that to? If you can just look at the macro lens of the challenges of affordability in that area, which is traditionally it was not that expensive to move into Vine Grove, to move in that surrounding areas. Where do you see that going?
I know exactly what you mean about the price increases. And if you ask the citizens of their community, they're going to say Blue Oval SK drove the prices up when it was being constructed. People were coming in and renting homes for $1,000 a week. Contractors were coming in, and if you put 4 contractors in a house, and and all of that, there was a lot of price gouging going on. But now that Blue Oval SK is closed, I still see the trend of real estate prices going up in our area, because we still have Nucor at the steel plant. We still have tremendous job growth in our area, and it's growing. I mean, people want to live in Elizabethtown. They want to live in Vine Grove and Radcliffe, and the price of homes are not rapidly increasing like they were. But yes, I do still see that trend. The values are going up.
So hot market.
Yes, very high.
And
so definitely hot.
And that kind of leads us to hot
takes on the investor tribe. Hot takes on the investor tribe.
We got a sponsor for Hot Takes, and it is from Kebabinit. And so they are awesome. I mean, I'm talking about hibachi style chicken, and let's get a shot of that. And you can go to kebabinit.com and you can find them, and you can order today. You can order some food today. Derek and the team are absolutely amazing. He's an awesome chef, And and one of the cool things about this is we just absolutely love it here. We tend to run out. And so he brought us some. He brought us extra. He brought us some extra because we told him. I said, "Look, I saw him yesterday. I was like, hey man, we kind of ran out." And when I was talking to him the other day, I said, "Bruh," it's like, "Bruh." He says, "Hey man, that bruh can mean one or two things. Do you think it was good or do you think it was?" I was like, "Dude, it was
great,
incredible, right?" So shout out to Kebab in it. And you can order from them today.
All right.
All right. So today's hot take. You Koya?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and read it real fast. So, being that you are a councilwoman and mayoral candidate, you wear kind of two hats. Mm-hmm. Also with your being a wealth author as well, because I know you wrote your books. Yes. So my question is, can we actually fix up neighborhoods and renovate them and without displacing the people that's in it?
I think it's possible. That's what my book is about. It's about creating wealth in underserved communities. And I think it takes the entire community getting involved and helping to create wealth or build up their community, renovate the homes. It starts with one house at a time, just like we're doing downtown. It started with one person investing in our downtown area, and they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars renovating this venue on Main. But because the venue is so nice, it makes the other business owners around their building want to fix their building up to create the look. And so I think that's the way it works in neighborhoods that are underserved.
Okay, that are underserved, because stereotypically, with things are being renovated, gentrification, those underserved are kind of getting outpriced because of, as we just mentioned, the home prices are going up and things like that. But you think it is possible for?
Absolutely. And it starts with education, because I truly believe that anyone can purchase a home in 1 year if they do everything that they need to do to get it there. And income. So the income, helping them find a better job through education. And so it's truly possible. We just have to have a group of willing people that are willing to sit down together and listen to what needs to be done in order to move forward. So that's just my thought on it.
No, that does make sense. It seems so. As a small business owner that would like to move to Vine Grove, can I find talent to staff my business?
That's a workforce development. That is a good question. Yes, there's a lot of, and in our Vine Grove community, there's an average, probably 50% high school graduates. But we have college graduates, we have veterans. Veterans make the best employees because they are reliable. They're dependable, right? Mm-hmm. Because they've been getting up, going to work every day for 20 years. So they, when they get in the workforce, most of the time they don't leave that job, or they're dependable. So so we do have the workforce in our area if a small business wanted to open in Vine Grove.
That's good to hear. We're opening an event venue in West Point.
Oh, wow.
This was the previous one that closed down. So it's good to hear that it's doing well. Yes. And we're familiar with the expensive renovation, improving and furnishing and getting all those seats and everything and decorations in those big spaces. So they ours will be called the Party Barn. It's where the old music ranch was. They call it the Grand Ole Opry Music Ranch, and closed down for a couple of years. The main talent went off to, I think, America's Got Talent, and then the owner just didn't find anybody else to play and shut it down, and it sat there for a while. I talked to the mayor about it, and the old owner approached me, and we took it over. And so I just love the area. Vine Grove's just down the street from West Point, right down Dixie Highway, like Milt was talking about. But we got a few questions.
And so I think one of the questions it's because we can have so much conversation with you. I think we can talk to you about the city of Vine Grove. I think we can talk about Hardin County a little bit. We can talk about lending standards, because that was a job. We can talk about getting your money right and all that. So what we like to do is just kind of ask you about, where do you see Hardin County in 5 years?
Hardin County is on the move. It's positioned perfectly for what's about to happen in Hardin County. I know that Ford took over the Blue Oval SK building, and so they're going to open up in about 18 months and hire
under a new name, right?
Yes.
I think it's like Battery One or something like that.
Yes,
yeah,
very
like
similar.
that, yeah.
Yes, and I've heard that too. So, and it got about 18 months. So, Hardin County is still moving forward. We have a lot of people running for office right now. 33 right now on the primary ballot.
Wow.
Yes, and so we may have a new judge executive. We may not. You just really don't know. But I believe that Hardin County is positioned in the right place for growth. And in 5 years, we probably won't even recognize Hardin County.
Oh wow!
Really, it's.
Wow.
I mean, it's growing that fast.
And
So,
Wow.
and I know there's like different, technology advancements.
Mhm.
I know with the mayor with West Point, they had mentioned data centers. Is that something that's also maybe coming to Vine Grove?
not Vine Grove, but Elizabethtown.
Okay.
It was mentioned, or Glendale, I should say, where the Blue Oval SK buildings were.
Okay.
They have mentioned about a data center there.
Okay. And how does the community feel about that?
I get mixed opinions about that.
Okay.
Some people absolutely hate it, and some people are like, "Yeah, bring it on, bring the jobs on." So it depends on how educated they are with AI.
Okay.
I think if you don't understand something, sometimes you're afraid of it.
Of course, right. Of course.
Is Keith Tall running for judge executive, and how does that relationship work?
He's
How
running
does
for
that-
re-election.
Okay,
Mhm.
excellent. Yes.
Yes. And how does it work with Vine Grove?
Yes.
Well, because they're county, a lot of the money flows from the top down, from the state to the county to the city, and the cities work very well with the county. We all work together to get things done, and so we do have county roads in Vine Grove. So, and our EMS comes from the county. So we have to work really closely with the judge executive to make sure everything flows correctly.
Okay. And so what I want to kind of end out with is you have a nonprofit called Get Your Money Right. And
Yes.
so kind of tell me how that came about.
Well, we just stood the nonprofit up this past year, so it's only been up for about a year. We are about to announce our new board that we've put in place. I have a board chair, Patricia King, and she's going to do amazing things with Get Your Money Right. But the nonprofit started because for 8 years we've hosted an annual event called Get Your Money Right,
Okay.
and where we have we talk about investing, real estate investing. We talk about credit. Like I said, get your mind right. So we have someone talking about your mental space, physical, all of that, because it really doesn't matter how much money you have if you're in the hospital or if you can't, you can't
Right.
take care of yourself. So we circle around all of those aspects. This year we have a different theme every year. So this year the theme was Get Your Money Right with scholarships. And this was our second year touching on scholarships, because what we realized was the same 4 students were getting all the scholarships for college. And there were so many children on the north end, students on the north end, that probably qualified for scholarships, but weren't applying for them. And we weren't sure why. So we put all of the local scholarship offerers in the same room. We brought it to North Hardin High School, and the students came in and they were able to apply for the scholarships on the spot. And one of the scholarship vendors told me that they received 20 applications that day.
Oh wow.
Whereas in the past, they were only receiving 1 to 2 applications for their scholarships every year. And they have a lot of money to give away. So anyway, the theme will change again next year. We've had Get Your Money Right savings, Get Your Money Right investing. And so the banks are very supportive. They'll always send educators in to talk to the people about what it takes in order to open a money market account or an IRA or whatever it is that you want to do to build wealth. So
I love to hear that. I think we talk a lot about having, a servant's heart, or the heart of a teacher, and you do embody that with the nonprofit, all that you're doing. So big congratulations on the nonprofit. And we want to educate you as well out there. So you can join us every Monday and Thursday now. There's twice as much. Well, there's 50% more of us, but we're on twice as much as we had at Coya. So for all you math experts,
we leveled up immediately.
yes, way up. So now we're on twice a week, every 9 a.m. Mondays and Thursdays.
nice.
We've got the free communities, also paid communities. Whether you're a vendor, lender, investor, want to be an investor, come check out the tribe. Check out the forums, the library, the blogs, so much education. There's deals on Monday, Marketplace Monday that Milton puts on is a great place to start a week looking for deals every Monday at noon, Eastern Standard Time.
That's right.
So where else can they find us?
Well, they can find us on Instagram. They can find us on Facebook. Subscribe to all of our socials and at INV Tribe on everything. Join, become a member, skip the guesswork. And I'm Milton Ali.
I'm Coyiatheowner.
And I'm Hampton Scurlock, and we'll catch you next time on the Investor Tribe.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
The Investor Tribe podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We are not attorneys, financial advisors, or licensed tax professionals. The opinions expressed by our hosts and guests are their own and should not be taken as legal, financial, or investment advice. All investments carry risk, including loss of principal. Always do your own due diligence, consult qualified professionals, and make informed decisions based on your unique situation. The Investor Tribe podcast is brought to you by The Investor Tribe, all rights reserved, featuring Hampton Scurlock and Milton Ali, executive producer Drew Cookenmaster, produced and distributed by Bespoke Marketing.